I'm telling you, like they would come to you.
Oh, he finna eat y'all.
Right, hold on.
Wait to get in here.
I gotta jump in on this. It's y'all's choice, ladies. Y'all are choosing these type of men.
Yes.
Y'all need to take accountability. This is so much women today that are like, these men ain't shit. These guys are leaders. Why are you choosing these men, ladies? No, I'm not talking.
So
Why are you choosing them? Go ahead. There's no explanation for it. Why are you choosing them? Why do you let these guys fuck you when they're losers and they're not leaders? This happens all the time. Women let guys into their space when they're not worth it. So take accountability and realize that you're the one that are choosing these type of guys. So go ahead and tell me why. Why are y'all choosing these type of men and then complaining about it when you're the one who let them in?
But I didn't complain about
I just heard so much, especially from these two, about how guys, especially how guys aren't leaders today.
You ain't heard. I don't have man problems. Look, I'm happy with all my friends.
So
I don't have man problems.
Hey,
currently,
choice
as of
issue.
right now, I am single
Are you celibate?
and I'm working on myself.
Are you celibate?
And I have a rose.
Are you celibate? Are you celibate? Are you celibate?
I'm trying to answer, but you're interrupting me.
Answer's
I
celibate.
have a rose, and I have a vibrator,
So you're celibate.
and I have.
It's a yes or no question.
No,
Are you
she is
celibate?
not.
Are you celibate? Yes or no? Are you fucking a guy within the last month? So are you celibate?
In the last month,
Yeah.
I am.
You're celibate. You haven't slept with nobody.
In the last
Okay.
month, no.
Okay. Well,
Wait, you haven't?
That's very rare. I don't think so.
Celibate.
Somebody in the chat asked if you have any kids.
Me?
No, I don't have any children.
I got a daughter, so yeah.
No,
I do.
not you.
But
Did the other young lady over there say she was celibate as well?
Somebody asked if you are a virgin.
I am, because I ain't got no kids to show for it. So
here's the
But
thing, though.
I'm just
But
saying, if
nobody,
it's you, it's just,
nobody
man.
should complain about men being a certain way. Nobody, because those guys should be left over there where they're supposed to be. They're not leaders. They need to go learn about it. Women shouldn't be sleeping with those guys because that's how they're gonna learn. Is if y'all stop sleeping with them. If y'all keep fucking guys that aren't leaders and aren't good men. What are they gonna do? They're gonna keep doing it. They're gonna keep being losers. They're gonna keep finding girls that they can spend plates on. But all I hear all the time is women complaining all the time. Man, these men are leaders. These men are doing this. These men are doing that. Why are y'all giving them time of day?
So
Why
again,
do they get the time of day?
Again, I didn't complain about anybody that I was seeing that was not a leader. I didn't say that. I was not in here complaining at all whatsoever. I didn't say that.
I've been hearing a lot of talk tonight
You've been
about
hearing, but I, Landy Love, did not complain about a man. They asked me what I wanted, and I said that I wanted a leader.
But
I
see,
wanted
here's the
guidance.
thing. How old are you? How old are you? How old are you? No. I want to know. How old are you?
That.
How old are, okay, well, just give me an estimate. How old are you? Over 30?
27.
Okay, you're over 30 and you're single, correct? Okay, so if you're talking about this subject, if you're saying that, you know, that like guys, you're just explaining, right? You're not saying that you haven't experienced it. You're obviously talking about this as a single lady over 30 because it's a part of your life in some way, shape, or form. You can sit here and try to say, oh, I'm not saying specifically about me, but obviously it's a part of your life. If you're over 30 and you're a single woman, you're bringing this up because you're projecting about it. You're talking about it for a reason. You wouldn't just talk about it for no fucking reason. It's because it's something that you've experienced some way in your dating life over the last decade. Have you not experienced?
But again, I didn't complain. That's the only thing I'm getting at.
Bringing up that men aren't as leaders as much, then I think you're kind of.
She didn't say that.
No, but I
they
did
asked
not
her what
say.
she wanted.
They asked me what I wanted.
I know, and you're saying men aren't being these leaders, correct?
I did not say that. They asked me what I wanted.
Okay,
that was it.
You got to rest in your femininity.
I did not complain about a man, and I know how to be submissive. And I'm not speaking for me. I'm speaking for other women. When other women that do mess with fuck boys, they're like, I gotta be the alpha female because this motherfucker won't take out the trash. So I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying. I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying, but as far as me, again, Landy Love, I did not complain about a man. They asked me what I wanted. I told them what I wanted.
Okay, well,
that's it.
We can sit here and play semantics all day long over words, but it doesn't mean anything. The big point that I'm trying to make is women, a lot of women, I'm not saying you, let's not say specifically you. Most women be choosing these guys, though. But bottom line, most women be choosing these guys, and then they complain 5 minutes later. Like, he's not a leader, he's not this, he's not this. Okay, why'd you give up the box then? Why'd you sit there and give up everything to this guy?
Some people do need
because they got finesse.
Some people do need their club shout out.
No, they don't. No, they don't. That is some bullshit. That is some today's shit, okay? But 30, 40 years ago, our moms, our grandmothers weren't acting that fucking way.
And you know
That's
what you told me
new age
earlier?
bullshit.
You know what
Blast
you
from
told
the
me earlier?
past.
But that was
Blast
back
from the
then.
past.
This is now.
That doesn't mean that you can't hold values that our parents had. We've been around for 100,000 years. Humans have been around for 100,000 years.
And they've
okay?
been evolving.
We've been
They've been
intelligent.
evolving for
Yeah, but we've been
30,000
somewhat
years.
intelligent for 2 to 10,000 years. Okay, so we've been learning some shit. Religion has taught us a lot of shit. And what did we do over the last 100 years? We threw that shit out the window. We were like, screw all that religion, screw all that philosophy that we've been growing in. No, we threw all that out the window and chose hedonism. That's bullshit. We need to take accountability, and you can't sit here and say, well, everybody wants sex, or they want to do, or people have these sex drives. No, that's bullshit. Like,
I'm sorry,
Some
but
people do.
that's what do
'cause people
want
are
yeah,
sex.
you're
individuals.
right, but that doesn't mean that we should give into our animal instincts and
Yeah,
be
you're
that.
right.
You
We should
giving
give
it.
into
You giving it
hedonism.
your animal.
If you want to give
right
into
now,
your
'cause you yelling.
pleasure all the time,
Why you
you're
yelling
gonna
at my
fuck up.
friend? Why you yelling at my friend? We don't even. Honestly, I sat here long enough, but that energy, I don't really
that's
do
just
that.
a
He
code.
ain't yelling.
I don't really do that. You know what I'm saying? And it's, I'm feeling it,
That's
and people
sister
Hey
feeling it.
man, screw
So, you
y'all's
know, so
feelings,
this is-
man. Feelings aren't nothing.
No,
It's
no, they
not about
are.
your feelings.
that
They
sister
are.
code coming
They
strong.
are. They are. So we're
It's
gonna
just,
bring
it's
it
just
down.
feelings. It's
We're
just
gonna
feelings.
bring
Simmer
it down. We're gonna bring it down, or we're gonna end it because I don't want you to yell at my friend while I'm sitting here. You can yell at her later when I ain't around. But right now, we're gonna either talk civilly.
I just want people to take accountability. That's
Okay.
all I'm saying. And a
Thank
lot
you.
of people today need
Yeah,
to
really?
get out of the hedonistic cycle. Instead of sitting there pointing fingers and saying, hey, they're doing this, I'm going to do this because everybody else is doing it. Nah, everybody needs to get out of the hedonistic cycle. It's not going to fix anything.
It's just, what's the response? What, like, after what he said, like, what is your response to him, like, with what he said?
I thought I just responded to him.
Like,
But am I wrong?
Are you married?
I just
Are you
said-
married?
No, I'm
Jesus
not. I have a
Christ.
girlfriend.
I
I've been with her
literally
for 2
just
years.
said I agree with what he's saying.
mm-hmm.
But again, when we
She's
talk
taking
about
it personal. She's like
I
personifying
no,
with
but
what I
when we
said.
talk about communication, like just the other day on Instagram, I posted the little boy spelling Nutella, and his dad was like, "What does that say?" He said peanut butter, because like that's the communication between a man and a woman. I literally just said I agree with what you're saying, but he's still going
But you know what? I think it's kind of like
because I said
It-
yes.
I
There are
feel like
some of
it's
us.
certain words. I feel like like before he came up, it was something that you said. You said something like, you only, you would tone down, like you would only be submissive to certain men.
And again, and I just said,
and you said that you would not. So that means like the men that you do come encounter with, like you still using that masculine role because you know that that's not what you want.
and then
right?
while he was speaking, I just said that is not me. I'm speaking for other women that I've seen, because there are a lot of women again that mess with fuckboys and they feel like, oh, I have to be the man in a
have
relationship.
so right now you're not submissive to no one. So right now,
no, because I want to be
Yeah.
submissive to my husband. I'm
So-
not about to be submissive
so
to no
right
random.
now, so just listen. So right now you're only just fucking with niggas that just there. Basically,
No.
that's all he's saying. Cause
Well,
you
she
said
says she's celibate.
No,
so it
I'm
just
not
depends if
fucking
she.
with
okay.
niggas.
So you're not fucking with
No,
I
nobody.
no, I'm gonna
literally
call cap on this because women all day long want to say, "I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this." Now that's fine. You,
She ain't
you might
gotta
be
lie to
telling
you.
the truth,
She ain't
but
gotta lie to you.
9
Nobody
times
else
out of
listening.
10, most people capping about that. Okay,
wouldn't
most
say that
women
about
are fucking somebody and they're completely trying to cap and be like, "No, I'm not." If before all this show happened, you might have bragged about it 20 minutes ago, and like.
What is
because
brag about what?
bragged about having like a guy right now or something, like having like a sexual relationship but not actually being in a real relationship. A lot
I
of
don't
women
really
do
think
that.
you understand what I'm saying. I want a husband.
Yeah.
I don't think you heard that part. I'm not in my 20s. I'm not bragging on some nigga.
And there's a lot of
Like,
women
what am I
that
bragging
wanna,
about?
A lot
And
of
then when you
women
say
want a
it,
husband.
are you talking about my
a lot
pussy?
of women,
Like, what are you talking about?
A lot of women want a husband, but they're still sleeping with other people while they're looking for a husband. Like you can
They
sit here and
should
shake
write
your
a
head and be
book.
like, "Oh, I'm not doing that." There's a
You should
ton
write a
of
book for
women
other
that
women
say
to
that they're
read.
looking for a husband, but they're literally sleeping with a whole other person the whole time they're looking for a husband.
How old are you again?
She's there shaking her head,
No,
yes,
I'm
because it's a
listening
thing.
to you.
Yeah,
No.
because it's a thing. I know. I'm getting
'Cause
proof.
it's
I'm
true.
just getting proof.
Listening.
I
It's
mean,
a
because
thing.
it's true.
It's
Like
true.
we don't
Thank you.
admit
true,
it.
right.
You can
We
sit here
don't
and shake your
admit
head
it.
like,
It
"No,
may
I'm
not
not
be
doing none of this." But I
personal.
got a couple
Right.
women
It
right
may-
here who
it may
agree
not-
with me.
it
I
may
know
not
what
be
women
But
do.
their journey in life is
I mean,
not
we
my
could be
journey.
fucking somebody and still be in love with somebody.
Hold
Yeah.
on, wait a second. I wasn't nodding my head as in, yeah, that's what I'm doing. I was nodding my head like, yeah, I've witnessed it. Like, I see it
I
happening.
saw it so
You get
many
what I'm saying? It's
times.
not something that I
Yeah,
personally condone, But yeah, like there are women who say, you know, such and such. That's
What that got to do with
They
her?
be capping.
And
Right, that has
again,
nothing to
with
do with her. That's
me,
why
He
I
ain't
said
even
her.
talking about her. He's not
No,
talking
he
about
did.
her. Yes,
He
he
said
is.
she's capping. He said
Yeah.
she
Yes,
capping
he
right now
is.
because
He
women
did,
it
right.
is.
I was just
No.
clearing up personally. Hey, personally, I'm nodding because I've seen it happen. But as far as her speaking for her personal experience, she said, "Hey, this is not what I'm doing."
Yeah, no,
I do agree with the statement
you
that
can
you're making,
say that at
but
all,
where
and
I
yeah,
am
I
right
can't
now-
prove it. I can't prove that you're fucking anybody over the last
Because-
month. But I'm just saying, 9 times out of 10, when women say these things, they cap it. You
Hey.
might not. You might be the exception to the rule.
Right.
That's cool. But 9 times out of 10, when women say what you just said, it's cap.
What you-
Okay, they really be
Right.
sleeping
Hold
with somebody
up,
the whole
but
time.
My thing is, what am I gonna gain for that? Gain from that? From lying? Shit, if I'm
Right.
doing it, I'm doing it. If I'm not, I'm not.
If
I'm
what
not,
are you
I'm
going to
not.
gain from it? You're right. You're not going to gain anything. You're going to lose.
Exactly.
You're going to lose nothing. You're only going to lose out of it.
Exactly.
But there's tons of women. Like I said, maybe you're the exception to the rule. But most women are totally losing in that type of situation. It's happening all day long. There's tons of women that are fucking dudes and getting nothing
Okay,
out
let's
of it.
y'all-
Y'all gotta
see
stop
how
being
many
so
women-
personal on
yeah,
panel. This is
yeah.
a panel.
Right.
You can't think too
But
much
they-
of you.
No,
like,
no,
he was
no,
asking
no,
for
no,
her
no.
When
personal
you
No,
talk
no,
to
no.
somebody
Yeah.
and you
I
say
I was talking to her
you
personal.
was
I'll
you.
admit,
Her
I was talking to her
personal
personal.
He was talking to me.
Yeah, I'll admit that. I'll admit I was
I
talking
wouldn't
to her
even
personal.
take it. Like you gotta
But-
take it.
But
with
but
what
still,
you
he was
her
talking to
personally.
me.
He was
Yeah.
talking to
I'll
her
change it up
personally.
though and say 9 times out of 10 though, I'm right, and I know that for a fact. I have
Okay,
more
so-
friends that are women than most guys will
why you
ever
ain't
have.
married? Why you ain't married your
I-
girl yet? When y'all get married?
That's what I was thinking.
I'm not trying to get married until it's
Oh.
right. Like there's a certain time when you know it's correct, like when you know that it's the perfect time, and that's when a man does
So right
it.
now you just
a man
wasting
does
her
it.
time. Right now you playing with
A
her.
man gets married whenever it's meant for him to get married. A man doesn't get married
So
whenever
right
a
now,
woman
what y'all
tells
doing?
him to get married.
So you ain't ready yet.
Yeah, you're right. I'm not married yet. You're
Oh.
completely correct because a man gets married when he's ready, not when the woman tells him to get married.
So
And that is
hypothetically,
true. The man is the decisionaire.
Yes,
Yeah, like
yes.
he
Whenever
makes the
he's ready.
decision.
Yes, whenever I'm ready, I will do it. But no, it's not based off of anybody's opinion other than mine. That's
So
it.
if your girl break up with you today, and you ready in like 2 years, and you not with this same girl, you just gonna marry whoever you with?
No, that's not how it works at all. You wait until it's the right time. As a man,
When
you
is
wait
the,
until
like that's what I'm saying. You've been with this girl.
'Cause
You
if
know
she
that you
ready
love
and
this
you
I've
girl.
been
not-
with her for 2 years. Yeah, and she really wants it. She would tell y'all right now if she was here. She really wants. She just was telling me yesterday. She really wants to get married. She tells me all the time. But that doesn't mean
But
that
it's
I'm
not
going
our
to.
choice.
That doesn't
Marriage
mean
ain't
I'm
our
going to sit
choice.
down on one knee and say, "All right, I want to give it to you right now." No, she's been
But
begging me.
marriage-
She's been begging me for a year. I'm not
Yeah.
going to sit there and do it just because she's
Marriage
asking
ain't
for
our
it.
choice.
So
It's
the
Marriage
based
question-
off
ain't a
of me.
woman's choice.
So her question is, so if she left because that's what she wants, right? And if she does what I tell women, if you know what you want and you're not getting that, and she leaves to go with somebody who's ready for that, you gonna just marry who you with, or you like that's what she's asking.
You would wait until you find
gotta
another
start back
girl, and then
over.
you would start back over. As a guy
It's-
at 31 years old, and I look very young for being 31, I can put this off another 5, 6, 7 years. It's women who have to worry about putting it off for a
Marriage,
year,
because it's not
2,
our
3,
choice.
4. Yeah, I could put this off as long as I want. It's the women that have to worry about it. It's not. I'm not worried about it. I can
That's
start another
objective,
relationship and do it again.
but
Because women
that's
ain't out here
objective.
proposing to men. Like
I just went to my
it's-
friend's wedding like 2 years ago, and she was like 46 when she got married. It was beautiful. But
Yeah. I mean,
so that's objective, is what I'm saying.
yeah, it's objective, but that's definitely the exception to the rule because most women aren't going to get married. Aren't going to get married
right.
at
That's
an
why I
older
said
age.
men. Like
Most aren't.
Diddy
If you
is
look
a
at the
good
statistics,
example.
there's very few women that are going to have a beautiful wedding after 40 years old. You know, bless her, but that's just not going to happen a lot.
Mm-hmm.
That's true because we don't pick. We gotta wait for a man to.
I don't know. I got a
propose.
couple ready to marry right now. I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't
but they
understand these
simps. Would
statistics,
you
what
really
you
wanna
say.
be with
No, I
them?
don't know simps. I don't know any simps.
I'm
Actually.
telling you, those guys that are instantly willing
I
to
don't know.
marry a girl that's
I
like
didn't say
not-
instantly. I didn't say it was instant.
Like, I don't know your circle of people, but my circle of people, I'm not messing with no basic ass person.
Okay, I mean,
mean,
I'm just saying, and those guys that
I ain't
aren't
messing with no
basic,
basic
hold
ass
on, those
person.
guys that aren't basic, the guys that make good money or they're actually good men, guess what? They don't like being loyal. They don't like being with one girl. So you could sit there and have that
cheat.
mentality
That's
of
not
I'm
true.
only gonna shoot up here, but
We
guess what?
cheat.
But
Those
why
guys
is
up
it
here
but
aren't
why
gonna be
is it
loyal to
always
you.
about money for you? That's what you
Hey,
talk about is money.
You want me to explain to you why? Because provision is everything for a man. Provision is literally everything. For
I like
for
that.
10,000 years, provision was everything. If a man was fully able to provide for his woman and do everything, then she was fully happy. It's only until the dollar got devalued in the 1900s that put men in a position where they can't be providers anymore. Men were providers for thousands of years, okay? If it wasn't for the system putting them in the point where they can't even provide for you anymore, you wouldn't be trying to work. You wouldn't be having to do all this shit to try to keep up with men. It's all the Fed's fault. It's all the government's fault for devaluing the dollar to the point where a man can't be a provider anymore. You seriously want a guy? You just said you won't be in around a circle of a bunch of broke guys, right?
I didn't.
But no, I'm not saying that. I'm not trying to sit here and point fingers, but I'm just saying.
I did not. If you're gonna
but
quote
good men,
me,
right?
Quote
good
me.
men. Okay.
No.
Okay.
No,
What was your quote then?
And
Go
I
ahead.
didn't just say men.
What
I'm
was your
talking
quote
about
then?
people. I'm not messing with basic ass people.
Okay, you're not messing with basic ass people. So what does that mean? Like, how much money is a guy that's not basic?
Why is it always money?
Because men need to be providers. That is what you need to be able to pay your
every
rent.
relationship that you're surrounded by, it doesn't have to be like a man. It could be a woman. I'm talking about my circle. You keep bringing it back to a man and money.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not talking about money at all whatsoever. And I don't know if you heard me earlier. I want what's in your brain.
Okay, so,
and not what's in your pockets.
And that's.
But if you have
you can
that,
say
yes,
that,
that's a
but
bonus.
statistically shows women want a man that makes 58% or more than them. Statistically, that's what the facts show. Like that, I can show you statistics all day long that show that a woman, if she makes 100K a year, she wants a guy who makes 150K a year. So you can sit here and say money don't matter, but statistics show money matters.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying. Like, we can sit here and say all day long we don't care about money and what a man has, but man, at the end of the day, it does matter. And if he doesn't have money, he needs to at least have drive.
I also didn't say I didn't care about money.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't say that. So that's why I'm like, if you're gonna quote me, quote me.
Yeah. No, I just want everybody to understand provisioning is the biggest reason why men are in the position they are today. Y'all would love men if they were able to fully take care of you. It really sucks that they can't.
I think the thing is what you're doing right, and we're talking about statistics, but I believe everybody here is kind of like out and beat the statistics, with the numbers about everything, such as Black women have this statistical number, Black men this statistical number, but like a lot of us aren't in that statistics that you're quoting. So it's like we hear you, but it's kind of irrelevant to the facts of who we are as individuals.
And I understand it might be individually different, but for podcasts and things on YouTube and stuff like that, sometimes you want to give general advice for the 51%, for the majority. Mm-hmm. Now it's nice talking about the minority, or it's nice talking about like the exceptions to the rule. But when you're giving advice, dating advice, when you're doing stuff like this, you really want to give it for the majority.
So first off, no one is giving dating. Nobody gave any kind of advice.
Well, it's a talk show, so people watch this because they're trying to learn about dating more. Whether it's they're trying to get better at it or whatever it is, they're trying to learn about dating.
The statistics,
guys. That's why people are watching. So I give advice based off of the majority. Like I have a dating show also, and the whole point of it is that I like to give advice for the majority. Mm-hmm. And we can talk about the minority all the time.
Personally, I didn't ask for your advice. If that's what you were trying to give, I didn't ask for it because now,
I know most women over 30 that are single don't ask for it, but they fucking need it still. That's just the fact.
Another thing I said I was working on self. I don't have time to focus. Like I need to recollaborate.
And it just goes back to, man, if you're over 30 and you're single and you're still working on yourself, that's a problem. I'm sorry. I'm just being honest.
Go talk to your girl, bro. Go call your girl. Go call your girl. Go call your girl.
I'm sorry.
Go call your girl.
There's a lot of people that are
playing. Go call your girl. Go call your girl.
I'm just saying, man. I'm just being honest.
Go call your girl. Go call your girl.
She's actually watching right now. What's up, baby?
Yeah, give her a phone call. I think you need to decompress and let her coach. I don't know what to do for you, but let it coach you down, bring it down a little bit.
All right, y'all. I think we're gonna go ahead and end on that note. That was it's getting tense.
Hey, it's nothing but love, everybody. I love all y'all,
love. Man. That's why I was like, I don't never take no personal on panels, man. This is a discussion. We just here to talk about it, and we don't take this shit home. And that's just what it is.
You gotta do like a well-being check.
Yeah, like for real. Like in most cases, me being 31, me trying to be on a self journey is just not doing right.
Make sure I get the hurt feelings. We got HR watching.
It's not doing too good.
Make sure you fill out the report, okay?
I don't like it. I'm gonna pray on it tonight because I be fighting for my friends. On my mind, I don't fight no more for me.
Yeah, that's sisterhood is strong.
Yeah, I fight for my friends. Don't.
Yeah. But she held hers for real.
She shouldn't have had to.
But she did. But she grown. She grown.
We all grown.
She can hold her.
And there's a certain level of respect that you give adults when you enter a room and speak to them. I understand you had some points you want to get across, but you got to understand who you talking to when you talk to people. And if you don't know who you talking to, get into a situation to find out who you're talking to first.
But
Because everybody not gonna receive your message the way you want them to receive.
Jafar, I promise you, she held her.
That ain't
She
the
did.
point.
No, it just because you can't, you ain't gonna be able to
read the room.
You know, like
situation.
you're not gonna be able to fight.
I'm not
She
taking
held
away
it
from you.
She did.
Like, you have to read the room.
Everybody don't engage.
And what you talk about on your podcast may not be what he talks about on his podcast.
Oh, that's totally fine.
You know, so then was it his tone?
Yeah, was it the tone?
It
like
was
for
like,
real,
everything.
All, it was everything. Like when he talks, he attacks. He doesn't listen. He hears. So it's like he says, and then he will say, "I understand," but then he doesn't understand. But when I put myself into your shoes, being empathetic, and I was like, "I understand where you're coming from. You were right." But every time I told you were right, it was like you were like, "Ding!" Like you got a fucking star, and you're like, "I gotta keep going."
Yeah, because I know I'm right. I'm just being dead ass honest. I know I'm right. Like it's not about like I think or anything. I know I'm right. Okay. It's just a fact.
Well, if that works for you, if that works for your
household, that's why I'm very successful at 31 years old, and I have $500,000 at my age. Yeah, that's why. Yeah, you gotta do such shit like this. You gotta be very stingent about what you want, what you like,
but not to strangers.
You know, all that stuff. Yeah.
But this is a lesson for you to learn right here, right? And this is like this ain't really gonna happen, but it's something you need to really understand. When you meet new people, and you pay attention first, because this could have went totally different. I could be really upset. I don't like my friends feel no certain way, because we ain't come here to feel no certain way. We came here to converse, be on the Peeps podcast. You know, we didn't come here to feel no way. The fact that I feel a way, if I really felt a way, and we on live air, and you talk about you got $500,000, nigga, pull up, and you leave out.
Well, it just goes to show it was the tone.
I'm not saying that. Listen,
it was the tone, though.
I'm not saying.
I'm sorry about the tone, man. That's what it was.
Listen, everybody got it. I'm not saying that's gonna happen. What I'm saying is understanding.
But it's just, I didn't know nobody on this panel. I didn't know nobody, and somebody could have said something that I didn't agree with. And it could be their tone, but I didn't want to feel. I didn't feel no type of way. I didn't feel no personal type of way about nobody. It's not that deep.
No, it's not that deep. This is something that people don't understand when this is a conversation.
But was it a tone? Like I want to know, was it the tone?
So it was like
no, wait. Okay. I only want you to apologize for something or say you're sorry for something that you're really gonna work on.
So was it the tone?
So it was every fucking thing.
Okay, well I'm not gonna apologize for any of it, because like the tone, like honestly, I'm sorry, but fuck your feelings. Like I don't care about somebody's feelings. Like I'm here to discuss, debate, talk about things. Like if you get caught in your feelings over words, I'm sorry, I don't get caught in feelings over words. People can call me anything, say anything to me. I'm never going to get emotional over words, because they're just words. I know, and I'm sorry. I understand women are completely different than men. I know that I'm completely different than most people, but at the same time, this is a show. I'm trying to, debate. I'm trying to interact with people. And if the way I do that bothers you, I'm really sorry. But that's how I debate everybody. Don't take it personal, because it doesn't matter who's on this panel, or if we were what show it was, I would still debate the exact same way. I would still talk to a man, a woman, anybody in that same tone. And I'm sorry if you didn't like it, but that's just how I am. I'm congruent. I'm like that with everybody. And I'm sorry if you didn't like it. Yeah. Well, I'm sorry that it affected you that way, but I'm not sorry about what I said.
All right, you guys.
So that was it on the little Peeps show. I don't know. Maybe I'm just so used because I've been on his podcast for, and I just know how he debate. And it's I know how you debate. I know how you share words.
Thanks, Jay. I'm gonna talk about that.
So that was it on the little Peeps show.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys tuning in. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Appreciate you guys tuning in. I'm gonna see if I could do this on Wednesdays moving forward. I appreciate y'all. It's not a touchscreen.
I know it ain't no touchscreen. It ain't a touchscreen, maybe. I thought it was.
I do that with my Mac every time too, bro. I always think